daughter of Lane Sanders and Michelle Sanders.
Before Macyn and I begin, we would like to thank Superintendent David Howard, the school board, administration, and the community for all the support you've given each of us throughout these years at BLHS. I would also like to thank the faculty of Macyn High School. In all honesty, each and every one of you has made an impact on someone sitting in this crowd. Whether it teaches us how to be confident in the weight room, finding the tangent of a triangle, to sort of grasp physics, when you use a semicolon, or to help us find ourselves, somehow each of you has made an impact on someone in the class of 2011. Yes, sometimes we did procrastinate, argue, disagree, and irritate you, but that didn't mean we never appreciated the things you have done. Also, a thank you to the parents in the crowd. Our missed curfews, undone chores, as well as overages on the cell phone bill probably got on your nerves more than once, but you guys are still willing to make us fit. Thank you for being our parents and putting up with us for the past 18 years, and teaching us that there are many more fish in the sea, that playing hooky isn't such a bad thing, and you for being there for us when no one else seems to. You have all made high school a wonderful experience, and have all played a part in sculpting and molding us into the students and people we are today. So tonight, as you watch us walk across this stage, give yourselves a hand as you watch your works of art officially graduate from Macyn High School. Now for the graduates. How about that ride-in? Well, the ride-in 4 years ago that either took place on a bus, in a sibling's car, or with our parents dropping us off at the front door. Back then, this day seemed to be eternity away, and it was the least of our worries. Now, it's all we've been able to think about for months. Experiencing high school is like when you start with the basics when reading a picture. When you're a freshman, you need help finding your way, so you work with a paint-by-number picture. Freshman year consists of the excitement of finally getting to choose number class, finding your way around these halls, meeting new teachers, and stressing out about our exits. All these experiences made up our lives. We used bright colors as we cautiously filled in the numbers. And even though there was a certain freedom to being a high schooler, we didn't dare get outside the lines. The next year was the sophomore year. Some may call this the sophomore slump. The word slump reminds me of your dark colors, your blacks, your browns, your grays, and your dark blues. Even though it may be a slump, this is the time to focus on grades. For if you want those bright colors to stand out from freshman year, contrast has to be added. Following the slump comes the fun. It's the laid-back junior year. By now, we were all driving. Some of us drove Park Avenue Buicks, while others drove newer cars that had less rust on the tire wheels. This newfound freedom gave us the confidence to create our own ideas outside the lines. You started to become your own independent person, and you started to make the painting your own. Carefree, you created loose swirls and patterns because now you were an upperclassman. Senior year is when we begin to make the final touches on our paintings, applying to colleges, writing scholarship essays, and making decisions. This is when we begin to prove who we are as students and people. When I was a freshman, seniors were always telling me, it goes by faster than you think. But I never believed them. Because when you're a freshman, 4 years seems to be a lifetime. High school never seems to end. But now, I finally realize it does. And graduates, it has. And to all of you underclassmen, wishing it was you sitting down here on the gym floor, here's a few words of advice I wish I would have listened to. It won't hit you when you wake up for that last first day of school. It won't hit you as you walk down the senior hallway for the first time. It won't hit you as you cheer yourself hoarse at your last Friday night football game underneath those bright lights. It won't hit you as you paint those infamous paw prints. It won't hit you as you enter this line of Bicentennial Center for the last time. It won't hit you when you're with your friends you have known since Mrs. Johnson's internet class. You won't realize it in February when you're informed that you have a research paper and a plethora of scholarship essays all due on the exact same day. And trust me, this results in an epidemic called senioritis, or also known as 2 a.m. sessions with a computer, a stack of index cards, a Mountain Dew, and quite possibly your cell phone, which continuously lit up as you texted your friends about how writing a rough draft the day before it was due was an awful idea. But you'll probably all do this anyways. In all honesty, you'll probably write more grammatically correct works of art during this time of the month than any other time of your life. But you still won't realize that after February's attack is passed. Yes, you will survive. It won't hit you as you fill out those countless college applications. It won't hit you as you write that generic essay you use for all of your applications while praying it will be just good enough. You won't even realize it when April finally rolls
last prom, last party bus, and last time to dress up. Truthfully, it still may not hit you when you put your cap and gown on and come to sit in these chairs. But you're realizing it now, as you look around to the people around you, and realize you'll never see half of them again.
The Ryan Doggles who draw pictures on their calculus quizzes.
The Bryce Gardners who are full of brains and will go to any length to tutor anyone.
Especially those who draw pictures on their quizzes.
The Jessica Ferrises who will get in front of any size crowd and sing their heart out.
The Jimmy Gosses that keep any class full of life and laughter.
The Courtney and Los to keep everything organized.
The Caleb Johnsons that can wrap the red suit and control an entire student section with one wave of his arm.
The Sky Morels that bring life to those redundant morning announcements.
The quiet and very artistic Ashley Morrises that are secretly amazing singers and can create pictures that seem unreal.
The sweet Jacob Powells that can sing and act a roof off of any auditorium.
The Spencer Shears that can build any structure, including our senior class club.
The Emily Knapps that can lead a cheerleading squad through any chant.
The Alex Powells that can make any dance enjoyable to watch.
The Owen Lewises that can balance any budget.
The secretaries that give a sweet welcome to anyone, even if you're making up an outrageous excuse because you're late to school.
The math teachers that can make sense of any equation.
The science teachers that never give up, even when one single kid still cannot understand sig figs.
The English teachers that are the human version of Spartans, and who can even make us students suffering from senioritis work their hardest.
The history teachers that make us appreciate our past.
All of the other teachers who can teach us how to hit a B flat, how to cook up the perfect snack, and how to paper mache flawlessly.
How to form an inherent barrier. How to use a table saw without it kicking back. How to use the Dewey Decimal System, and how to talk to walls.
And then there are those who sing the bird song. And are also always willing to help us solve our problems.
Wait, did we forget someone?
Oh yeah, and the Sam Toddies.
That could outdress any guy in this room.
These are just some of the people that bring life and character to our everyday lives. We know them all as our friends, our enemies, our family, and our teachers. We will begin to realize that high school is over even more after tonight, when everyone starts to go their separate ways. Getting their roommates, class schedules, and going to orientation.
It still won't fully hit you when you're sitting in your room packing up the past 18 years of your life. You will finally realize that high school is over and friendship is nothing but distance. When you're sitting in your dorm room with a complete stranger that you have to live with for the next year. We've known all along that there's a big world out there. Bigger than mixers, bad hair days, drama, and even high school. In the big world, it doesn't matter if you're labeled biggest complainer, biggest flirt, most athletic, or most goofy. Find out who you truly are, not who people want you to be. And when you do, don't be afraid of it.
If there's one thing I would wish that everyone could take away from our experience here at Base 100 High School, it would be to let people in. Let them help you on math problems. Let them tear apart your research paper. Let them comfort you at the end of the sports season. And overall, just let them in your experience through life. For it is wonderful people like these at BLHS that will help us become more than just a work of art. Go out in this crazy world, have fun, cry, fall in love, make mistakes, but finally, grow up. And be more than just a picture on a refrigerator. Be a true masterpiece. Thank you.